going on, guys? Jay Craft here, Facebook group Bolorama Pickers Lounge. Info is down below if you want to join. I had some people asking me, how do I get in touch with your group? I'd like to talk about these things further. That's where a lot of the action is going. This discussion is a continuation from yesterday's discussion, or whenever the last video came out, regarding promoted listings. I felt like there was more to say. I went back to our message boards here on Facebook and I looked over and saw some new comments. There was a couple that really stood out to me, and one of them was by Julius Olivetti. One of those comments was by Julius Olivetti, and he's someone that we've worked with before in the past. We had him on air. We did a great interview discussion talking about the issues of tax evasion and VAT fraud that was happening over in the UK. He starts off right off the bat, I am based in the UK, which is true. In Q4, eBay UK traffic dropped. See Tamebay's article yesterday on this. Why? In my humble opinion, I think Elliott Management has screwed the marketplace. Now, if you don't know who Elliott Management is, we're going to be doing a video on Starboard here, and they kind of have a lot of the similar roots of Elliott Management as far as being a vulture fund, hedge fund investing type company, but we have so much content on Elliott Management. Just visit the website. There's video guides that'll get you to what you need to know. I can't explain it every time. He says, continuing, they have made it the pay to get the top spot market. The wrong sellers occupy top spots. Search has bad filtering. We have massive issues with Chinese sellers and item location misrepresentation, which is something we've been talking about for a long time. eBay doesn't know how to solve this with the constraints of their major shareholder squeezing the life out of them. The only way forward would be a new ownership, get tough on bad sellers like Amazon. Amazon has gotten so tough on their sellers that the number 2 seller in Germany, who is also the number 9 seller globally for Amazon, was suspended the other day over a bootleg DVD, and then sent in a form to he put in a whole packet for reapproval, because even he does not have a direct line of contact with Amazon. He had to submit a packet in showing why he was innocent. He was still denied his application, and then ultimately somebody heard about this. It gained enough gusto, and they even reinstated him. So that's what he's touching base on here with that comment. He's stating that the way that business is ran on Amazon compared to the way that eBay runs their business as far as safeguards for counterfeit goods, or catalog manipulation or location manipulation, just all these different things. Amazon doesn't really tolerate those things nearly as much. He says the only way forward would be a new ownership, get tough on bad sellers, raise the bar, and let the good sellers profit from this. Too many people see Amazon as the first port of call for brand new items and for niche products. Other marketplaces like Etsy, etc., are pushing eBay hard. Now, we talked about this. We talked about this during our last shareholder call about how brands like Etsy and Mercari and Posh are really gaining a lot of market share comparative to eBay, because we've seen eBay make this big push to try and be the new supplier, to try and be the place with the replenishable house goods, and that's simply not working. Now, Starboard, in the same way that Elliott Management, Starboard talked about them trying to find their identity again, trying to go back, hearken to their roots, and be that really cool and neat item place where you go and you find those hard to find, one of a kind antiques and collectibles and board games and toys and whatnot. Just go back to their old identity, because those of you who don't know, 80% of eBay is brand new items. Of course, some of it's new old stock, but it's predominantly items that are available today on shelves, or available through Wish and Amazon and other manufacturers of new goods. And historically, eBay was known for what? Their old, used, rusted, hand-me-down, secondhand, whatnot wares for 20 plus years now. Going on, he said, why would anyone want to crawl through tons of rubbish adverts to find the good one? The good one should be at the top. eBay doesn't get this. Best match should be exactly that. And we were in a position with that before. We talked about this last time. We talked about the placement. And if you didn't see the other video before this, go watch it. But we talked about how eBay has been structuring their search. We're going to be doing a discussion on this. We have a really, really lengthy piece that I want to tear through and it's the marketplace's year in review. And I meant to do this a couple of weeks ago. I got busy with stuff, guys, but I'm going to be going through this, and even the market analysts, the market specialists who don't work hand in hand with eBay and they don't cover nearly as much eBay news as I do, they looked at the search and the way that eBay was arranging their items and realized, yes, this is turning buyers away. Because ultimately, if you have the exact item that a customer needs, if they're unable to locate said item on the site while they are there, they're not going to buy the item. And, a lot of people have been talking about this for a while now. It's another means of eBay to make more revenue doing the exact same thing, opposed to coming up with anything innovative or anything that could potentially improve the platform. Now, this discussion's been going on for quite a bit now, and he gained a lot of a positive response from people who read that because, yeah, this is a problem that we all face. As sellers, what are we to do to try and ensure that our items get to the top without going this pay-to-play route? And even worse so is what happens when you have an item. Let's say these glasses, for instance. People ask me about these. Jays, are you wearing glasses now? And I tell them, no, these are Felix Gray. These are specifically to help knock down all the light while I'm here at the computer, and it helps with looking at screens for hours and hours on end. If I type in Felix Gray into my search and all I see across the top are non-related glasses or glasses accessories and stuff to that effect, my likelihood of sifting through everything I need to sift through to try and find the item that I need is significantly less. And if you go to a site like eBay and you have multiple bad experiences on there, after a while you just say, I'm not going to go here anymore. Okay. And this is why when I consult with smaller marketplaces and I talk to them about creating a strong presence, the catalog must be there. The UI or the user interface must be there. And as of right now, when you go through eBay, it's rather disgusting of an experience. I personally feel bad sometimes knowing that I'm not offering the best experience for my consumers. Even when we look at the checkout process between eBay and Amazon, it's night and day. When you complete your order on Amazon, all of the relevant information you need is right there. Everything you could possibly want. How was it paid? Who did you buy it from? What was the name of the item? Where is it going? When can you expect it? How to get in touch with the person selling the item right there. Last week, I made an error. I was buying some shoes for someone, and we had used a debit card that was on file on my account instead of using the gift card that she had for the shoes. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, dang, because I don't have a lot of experience using Amazon. It was somewhat new to me. I've been an eBay boy for far too long. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, dang, we're going to have to cancel the order and we're going to have to rebuy it again. Even today, I had a customer who bought a $300 board for a Galaga machine. And the moments after, I got a message from saying, hey, I screwed up. I need to change the address. I don't know where I can find that. It's not there. It just doesn't exist. But on Amazon, if I've punched in the incorrect address, guess what? I can change the address as long as the item hasn't shipped. And it could be 2 or 3 days sometimes before the item ships, but I can change it still. And then on top of that, when we realized that we had made the mistake, I was looking through the options. As a first-time user of this feature, and honestly, I've bought less than 10 items on Amazon in my life, maybe even less than 5. I don't shop on Amazon much. There was an option right there to be able to switch it from one card to a gift card. Didn't have to cancel anything, didn't have to make any changes. The payment doesn't even process until the order goes out anyways. So the whole thing was one and done. And this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the user experience and getting people to the items that they need to get to and making it a pretty and simple experience. And in my opinion, promoted listings is at this point now where it's pretty much destroying the marketplace. I don't see eBay doing a reversal on promoted listings. I don't see it going away. They can't tell their shareholders we're going to give up $600 million worth of revenue that we got last year by changing course, but something needs to happen. There's a better way to do promoted listings than screwing with price plus shipping lowest first, screwing with best match search. There's no need for that. If people want to sell their items faster and they want to get them in front of more people's eyes, they need to do what they did historically. Okay, maybe that be the loss leader, maybe take better photos, have better titles, utilize structured data in a meaningful way to make sure that your item has higher relevancy. Bring unique items to the table. Don't bring the same stuff that everyone else is selling. That's some of my tips for you there. There isn't much that we can do on our end in regards to promoted listings, but I guess having these discussions, as always, is a good way to maybe figure out what we can do as a community to try and find change, or maybe figure out what we can do to tell eBay, where to shove their promoted listings, and hopefully we can get things back on track like they used to. So if you enjoyed hearing me talk about promoted listings and tearing into this a little bit more, join our Facebook community. We'll put the link down in the description below. It's completely free if you want to be a part of it. If you enjoy these casual style videos, let us know down below. And on top of that, if you've used promoted listings, I want to know what percent you are running your promoted at now. And we talked before about this. Having 2 placements was fine, but having no placements, there's one more comment here. I'm going to read this one. It's the tail end of Jane Miller Hall's comment regarding another seller with 8K items listed. She said their mantra is list and forget it. Eventually everything sells. I'm inclined to believe that, and I also believe that promoting and making offers, at least based on my own success, does little to increase velocity. Yeah, I know it's a little weird, but sometimes you just got to let things sit, and maybe throwing money at it really isn't doing anything. We talked about this before. Can you prove that promoted listings is actually helping? I don't know. Well, next time when we come back, guys, we're going to be talking about offers to buyers. It's getting a little bit out of control. It's getting a little bit wonky, and we're going to talk about the correct way to do it. A lot of people don't realize there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. And if you're sending your offers at the wrong time, you could be seeing a significant reduction in the effectiveness of offers to buyers. Again, guys, everything's down below. If you'd like to support this content and others, visit our Patreon. And if you need access to some amazing reseller tools, visit Bolorama.com, Bolorama.com, for all your reseller needs. Thank you, guys, and remember, if you don't make that money, someone else will. Have a great day.